Hello everybody, this is Akshay and welcome to my channel Ask Asundi. Today I will be telling you about the Voyager Probes. So let's begin. The Voyager Program is an American scientific program that was launched in 1977. Now this program consisted of two probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Both the probes had a similar design, or basically an identical design, which was why they were called as the Voyager twins. But they were slightly different in their missions. I'll be telling about the missions in a later section of this video. Now, the Voyager program was once conceived as a part of the Mariner program, which was a similar one, but it was then moved under a section called the Voyager because its scientific components and design was completely different from the Mariner program. Now, the missions. Voyager 2 was launched first and Voyager 1 was launched second. Why this weird naming, you might ask? This naming was done as such because Voyager 1 was launched on a shorter yet faster trajectory and thus reached Jupiter first, thus the naming. Now after the exploration of Jupiter, Voyager 1 and 2 proceeded to Saturn. But because of its faster velocity or higher velocity, Voyager 1 had a flyby of Saturn's moon, Titan, and then proceeded out of the plane of the ecliptic. Because of its velocity, it got an unusual gravity assist, it got a Titan flyby, which was a very fortunate thing. Why, you might ask, why is it fortunate? Because Titan is one of the only moons that was potentially habitable to life as we know it. Why? Because it has a dense atmosphere. Because compared to the other moons, none of the moons have an atmosphere. Titan is the only moon that has an atmosphere. And it's one of the largest moons in the solar system. Now after Voyager 1 was ejected out of the plane of the ecliptic. What is the ecliptic? The ecliptic is a plane where the planets revolve around the sun. They revolve in an approximate plane. Even though they might have slight tilts in their orbits, but still they're aligned, right? Now, after the ejection of Voyager 1, it still continued to provide data on magnetic fields and solar winds, even though its planetary mission had ended. Now, after Voyager 1 was ejected, it reached the termination shock in December 2004. What is a termination shock? A termination shock is the place where the solar winds reduce their speed to subsonic speeds. Before they used to go at 400 km per second on an average, but now they go less at subsonic speeds, less than the speed of sound. Now, after the Voyager 1 crossed the termination shock, it was on its way to the heliopause. What is the heliopause? I'll be telling you about that in a few more minutes. Now, after this thing, or meanwhile, I'd like to say, the Voyager 2 probe continued exploration of Uranus and Neptune, which were previously unexplored, but they were explored all thanks to Voyager 2. Huge mysteries about Uranus and Neptune were revealed. Why did Uranus have a high tilt? About 98 degrees. It rolls on its axis. It basically rolls, doesn't rotate. If you see, from your point of view, it would be rolling, not rotating. Uranus, that's a weird thing about Uranus. Both of the ice giants had rings, which was good. Like, it was a new thing for scientists to know that not only Saturn, but Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all the outer planets have rings because of their high gravity and other reasons. Now, Voyager 2 crossed the termination shock in August 2007, that is 3 years, approximately 3 years after the crossing of Voyager 1. Both the Voyager probes crossed the heliopause. What is the heliopause? Now the heliopause is the part of the solar system where the solar winds completely stop or they come to a halt. The velocity and speed becomes zero because of interaction with the interstellar medium. After they cross the heliopause, Voyager 1 became the first probe to cross the heliopause and enter interstellar space. That's a huge breakthrough. Voyager 2 became the second probe to cross the heliopause and enter interstellar space. Now there were huge findings by Voyager probes. That is, for example, the solar system is asymmetrical. It does not have a circle shape, or it's not a sphere. It is an oval. It's asymmetrical. There are many findings by Voyager probes. But that's all for today. I'll be seeing you guys next Monday. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Ask Asundi and keep your questions in the comment section below. Thank you.